Coming up next on Nick at Night, Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller. Then, The Wee Hours with Craig Knightley. Followed by Movie Night with Will Devakis. That's next on Nick at Night.
From the YouTube Dojo, next door to Tom Felton's bat lair, or bat cave. It's Weeknight out there with Ellie Muller, and now, a man who thinks that Tom Felton needs to stop pretending to be a wizard and get a dead-end job, Ellie Muller! Ha! Welcome Weeknight Update. I'm Ellie Muller, Summer Grasshoppers. Alright, great show for you tonight. First, let's get on with the Shoutout Spotlight winners, alright? Expect Spyro Camden Span edits, Weekend Dojo with the streams, Watch Jeff Fanatic, Carville's Fanatic, and Supercar Fanatic, all things automobiles. The Outer Pit 04 with random things and things like that. Strange Little Tart with her gameplays, although most of them came from her streams on Twitch, so I don't know. And then you got ITE with so many games that he's playing. You know, because let's be honest, you know, he used to play one game, then he played another game, then he played another game, and then, you know, all of a sudden he started playing everything back to back to back. You know, it's kind of like the Woodstock of gaming, really. You know, so they're all very good people. Let's start off tonight's. Let's continue this program with the conversation about Tom Felton, a man who would love to be famous. Of course, nobody knows who he is, so he will never be famous. He is highly flattered by all the love that he's getting on the soon-to-be defunct TikTok app. Wow. Wait a minute. Now this is interesting. The hashtag Draco Talk, you know, Draco came from Harry Potter. You know, that movement is trending, and he wants the Harry Potter team to reunite. Wow. Those people are probably old enough to retire now. Now, hey, you need to listen to this. He did a babysitter's guide to monster hunting recently. Monster hunting, yes. That's cool, but the critics hated it. In fact, they all believed that his makeup was awful. It alienated his potential audience. Guess what? He just wants the money. He doesn't care about the audience. If he did, I'm serious, if he did care about his audience, or his potential audience, then he probably would have thought about the whole thing a little bit more before he signed the contract for the movie. But he didn't. He didn't. Alright, let's deal with the top 8 list with MP and Mr. Bones, huh? Okay, boys, what's the category tonight? Tonight's category, top 8 questions that people will ask Tom Felton tomorrow. Number 8, who are you? Number 7, are you still trying to act? Number 6, why is your agent next to you? Number 5, are you nuts? Number 4, well, please get away from me. Number 3, are you still using magic? Number 2, when are you going to get a real job? And the number 1 question that people ask Tom Felton tomorrow, will you please stop getting people to smell your armpits? There you go. Boys, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll be right back. People still call it Weeknight Update, as far as I'm concerned. Here it is, your Friday night.
I'll always catch you.
Look and sharpen the mirror because you are a sexy beast. Smashing!
Nick Nick at Night. Those TV classics, Nick at Night. No fatty acids.
Powerful TV.
But you can count on Nick at Night.
If you think you can't afford that new carpeting today, you could be wrong, you know, because Empire makes it very easy. If you've got Visa or MasterCharge or American Express, call us. We'll have your carpet installed in 3 to 4 days. If you haven't got one of these cards, maybe you can qualify for Empire's own credit terms. They're pretty good, you know. No installment payment for 60 days. So, pick a card, any card. 588-2300 Empire. And call us.
My so bad. Edward Scott and the boys. Yes, indeed. How you doing, Ed? I'm doing fine. How about yourself? I'm doing all right, you know. Oh, my legs. What happened? Oh, nothing. Did some exercise before the show, and let's just say didn't work out too well. Oh, you'll feel better soon enough. How about some talking time? You read my mind. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, here we go. 1808, BBC, before your common era. That's when all the chickens and lickens came together for one reason and one reason only. To change the face of this planet. Every day at 8:08 and 8:04 in the AM, PM, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, all times of the day. Wait a minute. Does that really make sense? Who cares? Do the song. Mr. Bones, do a song. I'm supposed to do a song. Talking time, English, everybody, talking time, Lord, help us. Those guys, they really need to knock it off. Okay, Tom Felton, as I said earlier, is the topic of this program. He is highly flattered over about the fact that people still love his work in the Harry Potter franchise as Draco Malfoy. Yeah, either Draco Malfoy or Draco Malfoy. Either way, fans are lining up on TikTok to put their own spin on the hashtag Draco or Draco Talk trend. I think it's Draco. Whatever. Anyway, they saw him for the first time in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone 20 years ago. Yeah, by the time you're seeing this, that's right. It has actually been 20 years. Especially considering the fact that it came out at the beginning of 2001. Anyway, I think it came out in the beginning of 2001. Whatever. Anyway, he described the character as this. He said, he's great. He has so many layers. He's misunderstood. He's also a bit of a git. He needs a hug, really. I think maybe people feel sorry for him. He needs a bit of affection. Either way, I'm highly flattered and intend to do my best to satisfy that desire. Really? How? You know, because he never explained how. Oh, wait a minute. It's actually been 19 years because the anniversary is on November 14th. That makes more sense. Anyway, listen to this, okay? You know what? He said that he's trying to wrangle all the old these back together again to celebrate the achievement. You know, he's trying to get everybody involved in some sort of reunion anniversary thing. And I'm like, really? You really think that anybody would want to go for that? I mean, seriously. Most of the people who got their start on the Harry Potter franchise are probably old enough to retire. As a matter of fact, with the youngest being, what is it, I think 12 or 13, and then the oldest being, what, 50s and 60s? Some of them might not be around anymore. A few others might reach retirement, and the others, I think they just left the business altogether. So, I have no idea how that will work. But, he is actually doing, or he did, already according to this article, a babysitter's guide to monster hunting. That's right. Another horror film about monsters trying to, another movie, being, adapted by, or from, I should say, Joe Ballarini's book series, which follows a secret society of babysitters tasked with protecting their charges from monsters while trying to save the world. I feel as though that has already been done. Anyway, regardless of what you think, Netflix, which by the way, it's on Netflix. Netflix hoped that casting the Harry Potter actor or former Harry Potter actor would help attract people to the project. Of course, despite the fact that Felton's character in the series was terrifying and completely unrecognizable, only one other thing that people have to keep in mind, alright? The only way for Netflix to decide whether or not something is a hit or not is through the point system. We learned that this past year, so do not get that confused. Alright? That being said, another reason why the whole film probably didn't go so well is because of the fact that, despite the fact that they got Tom Felton, and India Moore, who, let's be honest, nobody knows either. Alright? The whole movie is pretty much all newcomers. Alright? And people believed that, how do I put this delicately? And critics believed that it alienated any audience that would otherwise recognize the character. And I'm like, wait a minute. That doesn't seem right at all. Wait a minute. It's not a movie. It's more likely a series. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is a series. My bad. But all I know for sure is that, the series will probably not get another season. Especially considering the fact that Netflix has been having a hard time getting anything done these days. You know what? Let's have a moment for everybody, huh? Sometimes when you're dealing with topics that are just boggling your mind, you get a little overwhelmed. And right now, this is one of those times. So, the next time you're doing a show, you're in the middle of a show, right? And, Tom Felton comes up, as he often does nowadays, on some of these shows. wait a minute. No, not really. It's probably just this one and a couple others. But anyway, next time you're doing a show about someone like, say, Tom Felton, and you get overwhelmed, sometimes it's good, after a show to just relax and, take it easy. Of course, I gotta get the show up and everything else, but by the time you see this program, it will have already been in the books, as they say, and everything else. I am so sorry, folks. I'm going to wrap this thing up before I completely lose it. That's the show for tonight. I'll see you back here tomorrow. That's the news. I'm out, skis. Bye.
Nick at Night, those TV classics. Nick at Night, no fatty acids.
Powerful TV
that you can count on.